Okay, friends, so we're heading off to Disney World.
Welcome to the celebration, everyone!
Grab Nana's phone. No, hand it to Nana.
What's on my phone?
Tell Nana to unlock her phone for you.
Okay.
Okay, now tell Nana what she's looking for.
What am I looking for?
Go on to YouTube.
YouTube.
And what's she searching for on YouTube?
What am I looking for?
The Mumford Mob.
I don't know what she's saying.
The Mumford Mob.
The Mumford?
Search the Mumford Mob.
You put something on YouTube? Do people really do that? The Mumford B-O-B?
Mob, M-O-B.
M-O-B. Husband gets haircut? What?
We have a YouTube channel.
Is that you? Oh my gosh.
Our very first video.
Q&A with the Mumford Mob. When did you do this?
So we've been doing YouTube for almost a year now.
Why were you making a face just now?
Because we've been trying to figure out how to tell you.
Are you videotaping?
I am,
yeah. You're such a turd. I'm thinking, oh, I'm over here talking with food in my mouth. How long ago did you do this?
We started February of last year.
Oh my gosh, and they phone, the husband gets haircut?
Yep.
So they videoed when you did your hair?
We do it. So we do all our own videoing.
You do it?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, click on one.
Click on one. Which one should I click on?
That's what's gonna hair.
Okay. Oh my god, this is funny.
I'm nervous. This is
Who's playing the music? You guys,
So I do all the editing.
you look so scraggled.
So here's the deal: is now that you know, you're gonna be on YouTube, just so you know.
Are you filming
Only if you want.
me now?
Yes.
Have to be.
It's not live though, so I can edit out anything I want. So if you say
I
something,
don't know what to tell you.
so if you see something completely inappropriate, I can
So
take it
you
out.
want me to say something?
No, I'm just saying, I can. Caris, you
Inappropriate.
finally have to tell Nana about YouTube. How do you feel?
Have you been wanting to tell me and they wouldn't let you?
Yes.
I have been really wanting to tell you ever since Mexico. I've
And you're famous all this time and nobody knows.
Oh,
Or,
people
I don't
love
know.
her.
12,000 people know, but not me.
People love Caris.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet. Because I love Caris too.
All
I
right.
get to love her longest.
So now you get to know why we're filming everything at Disney World today.
So can I eat now?
You can eat now.
Okay.
Okay, friends, so we're heading off to Disney World. We're in Florida, Orlando, and my Nana's tagging along with us today.
Hello.
Nana's gonna have to get used to being
Nana
on
is
camera,
navigating.
right?
So,
So
okay, it says 14 minutes.
I'm so excited to go.
We're here?
We're here.
Oh, the weather. The weather's beautiful.
70s.
We're used to negatives right now. So I was telling my mom that the other week it was about 90 degrees colder than it is right now here.
Wow.
90. If you think about that, that's crazy. Hopefully we don't just like pass out from all that heat exhaustion, but we're gonna have some fun.
Down switch for
That's
slides.
cute, Caris.
Isn't that awesome?
I like that. She's gonna run right into somebody.
Or hit somebody with it. Hey, Caris, turn around, you guys. Nana, you can go by her.
Look at Daddy.
Look at me.
Smile. Oh!
Yes, it's not you.
Oh no!
That's hilarious. Those are the biggest birds I've seen close to people in my life. Look at that thing. Caris, what do you think of those huge birds?
I love them.
You love them?
We're in Tom Sawyer's Island and there's a cave.
What should we do?
Explore it.
Do you think so?
Yes.
How about you go in first, just to make sure it's safe?
Okay. It's not safe. It's literal darkness.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Go
not
through.
going. No.
I'm going. See you later.
Okay. Go
Come on.
ahead.
Come on.
Oh, that was scary.
She did it. We went through the cave. She was panicking. But did you live?
Yes.
It's like all the princesses. You
Okay.
didn't follow what people told you.
I didn't, but I stood in line an hour for these Dole Whips. And so these better be like the most amazing things on the planet.
Yum.
So what do you got?
Pineapple
So that's the float.
float.
So Caris, you can try this one. This is the pineapple whip.
The pineapple.
Now we're doing like Bonnie Liza.
How is it? And this one's got a cute cake pop on it. Look at that. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna eat some. You ready? Oh, here we go.
Oh my goodness, Caris.
Here we go.
I give you 20 for the wrong.
Down, you lily-livered lover! Strike your feathers, dearie. Show 'em your flock.
Stay beside me.
Mighty mutt.
Marauding, embezzling, even hijacking. To be honest, yeah.
Mansion. I am your host. Your ghost host.
Looks like Julie Andrews. Creepy.
So right for the midnight street.
Start to shriek.
Okay, everybody.
Hi.
So now at the end of the video, what we thought would be fun is to go through and give you some of the tips and things that we learned from going to each of the individual parks that's going to be on the videos coming up.
As you can see, we're home.
Yeah, we're back in freezing
Back
Wisconsin.
to reality. What was it? The first day was a 90-degree difference between
Yeah.
Florida and Wisconsin.
That was crazy.
So,
But
yeah, we're gonna
We're
have
home.
3 more videos after this with the other 3 parks.
yep. So for this one, we obviously were at Magic Kingdom, and we learned a few interesting things when we got there. And one of them was, first tip for you guys is Magic Kingdom is actually the only park right now that has a tram that takes you from the parking lot to the gates. All 3 other parks, we found out, don't have trams that lead you from the
But they
parking lot.
used to. So I think that's something that's kind of up in the air. They might in a few months.
Yep, it's
I don't know.
possible. So then that leads into that tip is something we thought about after the fact is if you're going to do things like park hopping, starting your day at Magic Kingdom, because then you can take the tram to the gate and it's a lot easier than parking way out in the North 40 and walking every day to there. So something to think about the tram situation when you get to the park, which leads into the second point of parking. So each of the parks has parking obviously available on site, and you pay for how good a parking spot you want. So big piece of advice here is if you're just going to pay $25 is the standard parking fee, I think it was, per day. So if you're just going to pay for the standard parking, get there early.
Yeah, otherwise the lots fill up and you're a mile and a half away from the entrance. By the time you get to the entrance, you need a 10-minute break.
And what we learned about that is they don't go back and fill the spots that have left from the beginning to the end. It's just they start at the beginning and all day long they keep backing up further and further away from the park. There's nobody up ahead saying, hey, I got 3 spots up here or I got 2 spots up here. They just keep.
So to break the system, what Colin learned to do one day was
Don't tell anybody.
to drop us girls off at the front.
Yep, so they have guest drop-off area.
Yes, so go to guest drop-off.
Yep.
Drop off.
Nobody will say a word to you. Just
Yep.
if they ask, yep, I'm just dropping them off. Then I'm going to go park.
And then he finds the closest available parking. Yep.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
So there's a big
that
piece of
saves
advice.
you 5-10 minutes of walking.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's
10-15 minutes of walking
10,
probably.
15, because when you make the loop around, then you kind of see down. You may have to kind of go the wrong way down a parking stall to get to a spot, but it'll get you closer.
Yeah. So another tip is at the beginning of all the parks are lockers, about $10.
Yeah, it depends. Some of them are 10, some are.
So
if you get bigger lockers, they're just a couple bucks more. I'd recommend. Yeah, I think the small lockers are 10. Bigger lockers are 12. Get the bigger locker.
Yeah,
The
I
small
would
one's
say
small.
some things to think about bringing are a couple different pairs of shoes, maybe. I mean, we brought flip-flops and sneakers, and I even had a third pair option, a pair of Toms, just because they're the most comfortable to me. And after all day of walking, your feet get tired. So having at least an extra option to switch into, I think, is a good tip. Bringing your own water bottles.
Yep.
So whether you do the locker or not, we always had a backpack on us.
Yep.
With water bottles.
Big thing about the water bottles is they still have water filling stations throughout the park. So bring a water bottle.
It'll save you bucks.
It'll save you a lot of money because a bottle of water at any of the parks is like $4 for a bottle of water. And like I said, their water filling stations work. So if you do need to refill your bottle, it's free. It'll save you a lot of money as far as...
Yeah. So another tip is food.
Oh.
We tried getting breakfast on the way, or making breakfast where we were staying every single day. That saved money.
And
Coffee. What we didn't do that we would definitely do next time is also bring lunch.
Yep.
Make sandwiches or whatever, and either stick it in the locker till you're ready or carry it in your backpack. Yeah. We found, at least at Magic Kingdom, so EPCOT had wonderful meal choices.
We'll talk about that when we get to the EPCOT video.
But Magic Kingdom, I don't know. We looked around for a little bit, and there just wasn't many good meal options. You're paying a lot of money for some not so good
hot
food.
Dogs.
There are some amazing restaurants at all 4 parks.
Yep.
But you have to make reservations. I don't know. Like some are even like 6 months in advance as far as like the castle, if you want to have a meal at the castle.
Yes, make sure you get those reservations in. Well, so this was kind of a last minute trip for us. So by the time we
2
looked
weeks
at it,
before we left, we talked about going.
all the restaurants were full.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get reservations in the days that we were going to be at the parks we were going to, because it was such a last minute trip that we couldn't get it done. But make sure that you guys, there's a good way of doing this is download Disney app.
Yes.
There's another tip. Download that Disney app, and that will get you all the restaurants in there too, and you can make your reservations there as well if you don't get a reservation made. But there's also a spot for the restaurant for a walk-up slot. So if you do that, you can put your name on the walk-up slot if they're not already packed on that too. So if there is somebody that doesn't show up for the reservation, then you can do that. But that leads into the next tip is, if you do make a reservation at a restaurant and you decide, we don't want to go there, if you make the reservation, there's a $10 fee if you cancel the reservation. We found that out a different day we were there. So just make sure that if you do want to go to that restaurant, you make a reservation, but make sure you go to the reservation.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads into a couple of the restaurants where we tried to get into, where they had those last minute spots open up, and so yay, we got in. They do this funny thing in a lot of the Disney restaurants where it's family style.
At least at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, they had this family style dinner, which is, what was it? How did they do this? If you pay a per head, per adult and child, and you
it's
don't
just basically paying for a one set fee.
Yeah, you don't order your food. They just bring whatever they're gonna bring, and they put it on the table, and you pay no matter what.
For adults, what was the price for adults?
So at the cheap one we went to was $39 an adult, and then $21 per child, and it was just like, it was like Thanksgiving style food. It was like turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, stuffing, gravy, and you can eat as much as you want, but you don't get a choice in what it is it's not like a buffet. They just bring you all the food. So if you're into that thing, cool. Not really our thing.
Yeah.
Especially for $40 a person.
So I wanted to make mention that if you're thinking about bringing your family to the parks, think about their patience level. I would say that's the number one thing when you're thinking, is your family ready? Most of the good rides were 1 to 2 hour waits.
At least.
We saw ones even over 2 hours.
There was one that had 175-minute wait time on it.
So, Caris is 8, and I would say she's at the perfect age. If you bring young ones, younger than her, there are some, like the little kid rides are usually not, over 30 or 40 minutes?
It depends. Some of
20
them,
to 40 minutes, I'd say, for like, I don't know, Dumbo rides or the Nemo ride, just the little kid rides. But if you're going to do any of the bigger ones, definitely expect a 1 to 2 hour wait or more.
Yep.
Something to combat that we did not do this time, that next time we might do, is go on the app. And
So yeah, if you go on the app, you can get, it's a Genie Plus, and then they're included in that and all kinds of other different things you can buy is what's the Lightning Pass. And that gets you can go on and schedule your times for the rides and get in ahead of the crowds.
You have to pay extra.
Yeah.
How much is it per ride?
That I don't remember.
I don't know.
We didn't do it. We
would have on
for a
like
couple of
maybe
them.
like 1 or 2 rides a day, like the must-see ones, because 1 to 2 hour wait, that eats up so much of your day.
And there's a little tip is, with that, the Lightning things, they schedule their times. If you get into the ride at the wrong time and you're just in that standby line, you end up waiting on all these people that scheduled their time, and they will push them in front of you.
Yeah.
It was like, they don't care. They're just going to stop the
It's hard
standby
seeing
line.
like dozens of people pass you.
And we started one ride, we had a 65-minute wait, and it ended up being over 2 hours because all the Lightning Pass people had scheduled their ride during that time period. So our 65-minute wait went up to 125-minute wait. It's just something to consider if you're going there, especially like Jess said, with little kids, because even adults' patience levels get a little tested when you're stuck in confined spaces.
Let's talk about masks. Masks are no longer required outdoors. They are required indoors. So gift shops and whenever the rides are indoors, or restaurants, masks are required, and they make sure of it. So that's something to think about. We felt it was a good balance. So.
And we got a question if vaccination was required. It's not required to get into the parks. But the mask thing, anytime you're inside a building or an enclosed space, they do want you to wear a mask. And like Jess said, they have people there making sure that people put masks on. So just make sure you bring yours with you.
So let's talk about like must-sees at Magic Kingdom.
We didn't get to film everything that we did.
Yeah, well, and we didn't want to film every single minute of the day because this was a special vacation with his mother, and we wanted to be present. So
one of the rides we didn't film that my mom and I went on is that Big Thunder Mountain, the roller coaster. Phenomenal ride. I grew up in California, so I was doing Thunder Mountain in Disneyland since I was a little bit, so it brings back all kinds of memories. But great ride, great roller coaster, a lot of fun. Maybe not such a good idea for 2 little ones.
Yeah, Caris and I went to the Tom Sawyer Island when he did that.
Yeah, it gets a little bumpy and...
My number one thing is stay for the fireworks.
Oh, yep. You guys saw a little bit of them at the end of this video. It
was so good. I kind of wish we would have gone back one other night to experience them. They were the best. It was the best fireworks show I've seen in my whole life.
We didn't want to film and show you guys all of it. We want a little bit of a teaser for you guys. You should really go and see it. It's so beautiful. The amount of fireworks that they set off is just incredible. I mean, I like Jess said, you don't see fireworks like this on 4th of July. Or the fireworks show there was just absolutely phenomenal. And then they have the castle all decorated right now because it's the 50th anniversary.
Everything is decorated differently. Like they have a color scheme going that I think is special for this year.
Yep.
And it's just magical.
Yep.
Very beautiful.
It's the Magic Kingdom.
Another thing is you can't go right up to princesses or characters right now. But it is a good balance because they came out on rides sometimes.
Yep.
You'll see in other parks, they did have them where you could sit or stand about, 10 to 20 feet away from them, and they'll still interact with you and talk to you and take pictures with you. So that's really cool that they're still out and about. It's just at a distance now.
Yep. Do we miss anything? Magic Kingdom? Oh, the bubble wand thing that Caris bought. You guys saw it in there. Those things are so cool, but be careful if you do get one because the bottom is such a random tip. But here's the thing, that we saw so many kids, the bottom fell out, the bubble thing. It just, for some reason, it's pretty easy to get off, it looked like. Caris's got lucky because hers never came off. Just be careful with it because I saw so many of the bottoms.
I thought you were going to say, tip, don't put it in your backpack.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. I'm getting to that point. So be careful in that bottom spot because, like I said, I saw so many kids walking, all of a sudden, boom, it fell off. The other part is don't stick it in backpacks because somehow I got bumped on and we were walking to one of the rides and all of a sudden I feel a drip on my heel. I'm like, uh-oh. I don't know what that is, but that's not good. I turned it around and in moving around, the little knob on the thing gets bumped easy. And so it's spraying, I opened it up and spraying bubbles out of my backpack. So just don't stick it in backpacks or things like that because it'll turn on fairly easy. And the long tips with that is everything's expensive at Disney, so just
prepare for that. We're so grateful that his mother brought us. Without her, we wouldn't have gone. And it was just such a blessing for all of us to be together and for Caris to experience Disney World.
Yep.
So my last tip would be try to schedule days in between parks that are rest days.
Absolutely.
We did 2 parks and then a rest day and then 2 parks. Ideally, I would love a rest day in between and then make sure we were at, get up even earlier and make sure we're at the parks at opening.
Yeah.
And stay till closing.
Yep.
But then have that rest day the next day.
And I think if you have the rest day in between, it would make it easier.
Yeah, to stay there all day.
So we flew in the evening, and so by the time we got to bed and got up, we were really well rested, and then we spent the whole day at Magic Kingdom, and then we didn't have that break. And then the next video you'll see is Animal Kingdom, and that's a lot of walking too, so we just didn't schedule enough of those breaks in between all that.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing 4 days in a row. Props to you if you do.
We saw people walking around with shirts that said, was it 4 parks, one day? We're like, no, not a chance.
I could have spent 4 days at each park. Like we didn't,
there's so much we didn't get to see at each park.
There's so much.
Yep.
We're literally like planning going back a year or two.
But that's something else to think about. So her last tip, but my last tip, if you do the park hopper pass, we had the park hoppers. We ended up only utilizing it one day, I think it was. Just because there's so much to do at each park, and we didn't even do everything at each park.
It wouldn't be necessary to have the park hopper, I don't think.
No, as long as you schedule a full day for each park, I wouldn't do the park hopper. I mean, I think it's at that point it's kind of a waste of money because you're not going to be able to hop back because each park is going to take you a full day just to get through the park. So if you're only planning on going to a few parks but you've got a few days to do them, then do the park hoppers. That way you can jump back and forth. But if you got the time to do a full day per park, just do the full day per park. Otherwise it's the trying to hop and then get back and hop back at the end of the park day and then find your car. It's kind of a lot of work and walking. A lot of walking. So, tips for this one? No? We good? All right. So, I think this video ended up being longer than the Magic Kingdom video. But the next set of tips will probably be a little shorter.
Yeah.
I think we got the bulk
These were the
of
main
them.
tips.
I think we've got, but we'll come back for the next one, and we'll give you guys the few tips we have for,
About Animal Kingdom.
Yep, Animal Kingdom. Great park. I think Animal Kingdom was our favorite park. Maybe.
Hold that for the next
But
video.
that'll be for the next video. So I'm teasing you with the next video. You're gonna want to watch the next one because I think it was our favorite park.
Okay.
But anyways, love you guys. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. We would love to have you as part of the Mumford Mom family. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and that will tell you when that Animal Kingdom video drops.
And if you have any questions about any of the parks or
Leave it
Disney
down
World
here.
in general, yeah, if you leave it, we will try to get to your questions in the next video.
Yep, absolutely. But anyways, well, that's all we got for you. So we will see you in the next one. Love you guys. And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.